So one thing about me, hopefully you guys have realized by now, I love steps, step-by-steps, okay? If you go back, I mean, there's plenty of lessons we can find step-by-step directions. Start on the left, rise, run, boom. We can find our slope. To find slope from a table, follow these 6 steps. Because again, you can use notebooks on my tests, and I can't answer questions about how to do something. So as long as you know how to read, which we all do, we should be able to teach ourselves in instances where we forget how to do something, all right? Yes, memorization is a big part of math and being successful in math, but I feel like at this level, you guys get more value from having resources at your disposal, especially during a test, than, as opposed to just memorizing everything and coming up with ideas off the top of your head. So you'll have all of this during the test, which is next Friday, our first test. So we really got to understand these steps. And again, most of you will not need these steps because you'll get it and it'll click. But if it doesn't, here's what we're going to do. Step 1, identify slope and the y-intercept. What letter in my linear equation represents slope? Vanessa? M. Oops. Slope, which as we've been doing this whole unit is my yellow. And what letter represents the y-intercept? B, which as we've been doing is pink. Okay. Now, with slope, we've talked about is rise over run. Now, when I'm doing this process, I really, really want to know exactly what my rise is and exactly what my run is. So to do that, my slope needs to be a fraction. So step 2 says we're going to turn my slope into a fraction if it's not already. Half the time, it's already going to be written as a fraction, like 1 over 2 or 3 over 4. Joseph, you got a question? Oh, would you be able to wait till after the notes? Yeah. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Just because I want you to really hear this. We're going to turn m into a fraction if it's not already. Okay? Now, if I have a slope like 3, how can I turn the number 3 into a fraction? What can I put underneath my 3 that's not going to change what it says? 1. Okay? If I have a slope that's just a number, I want to put it over 1. Okay, so off to the side here, we're going to write, put it over 1. Put it over 1. Now again, if I already have a slope, if I see in my problem that I'm going to graph a line with a slope of 1/2, should I put 1/2 over 1? No, because it's already a fraction. I'll just leave it as 1/2, okay? After my slope is a fraction, I'm going to begin. Highlight that letter B in pink because that's my B value. B stands for begin. I'm going to begin by plotting my B on the y-axis. Show me with your arms real quick. What does the y-axis look like again? Straight up and down. Straight up and down. So we could think about the y-axis like a vertical number line, right? Where all my positive numbers are going up, all my negative numbers are going down. The first thing I want to put on my graph is a point at whatever my B value is, all right? From that point, we're going to the number of spaces in my slope's numerator. Where's the numerator in a fraction? My numerator's on the top. We're going to rise however many spaces the top of my fraction tells me to rise. If I have 3 over 1, I'm going to rise 3. If I have 1 over 2, I'm going to rise 1, right? Now, something important that we need to note that we hopefully already have memorized is that if my slope is positive, what direction should I be rising? Up. But if my slope is negative, what direction should I rise in that case? I'm rising down. We're going to get a lot of practice with this, so if it's a little confusing right now, don't worry. Once we see it in action, it'll be fine. From there, we're going to run. I already rised, or rose, so now I'm going to run however many spaces my m's denominator tells me to run. Where's my denominator in the fraction again? On the bottom, that's right. This is a real important note, and we've mentioned this before. We're always running to the right. If you find yourself running to the left, you've done something wrong. Stop what you're doing. Start over. You should always be running to the right. We talked about like the Super Mario game, right, where you're running to the right. As you move to the right, you can't go to the left. The screen won't let you, for those of us that have played that game before. So we're always running to the right. Run to the right. They both start with R, which is nice. Now, wherever I land, I'm going to draw my second point, and I'm going to continue this pattern as much as I can. I'm going to continue this pattern as much as I can for as much space as I have on the graph, okay? We'll come back to step 7 in a second. I just want to get through this first part first. Let's take a look at example A. I've got my equation here, y equals mx plus b, yo mama's ex-boyfriend, like we've talked about. Who can help me identify what is my m for this specific equation? Ayana, what do we got? 3 over 4. Whatever number, whether it's positive, negative, a fraction, a whole number, or even an invisible 1, if it's glued to that x, that's my m. Who could tell me what's my b? Muhammad, what's my b value then? Positive 2. I'm glad you mentioned positive 2, because if that was a minus 2, what would my b value be? Negative 2, right? So the plus tells me it's positive. Go ahead with your yellow highlighter. Can you highlight the y-axis on this graph for me real quick? Highlight the y-axis for me. It looks like this, going straight up and down. Now we're going to graph this line. Like I said, this method is much easier than what we've been doing the last 2 days. So, step 3 says I'm going to begin by plotting my y-intercept, which is my b value. So on that yellow line I highlighted, I'm going to go to positive 2, and I'm going to make my first dot. Okay, on that yellow line, that y-axis, I go to my b value, positive 2, and I make my first dot. That's my beginning point. You guys with me? Okay. Now, 3 over 4. Do I have to turn that into a fraction? No, it's already a fraction. My numerator is my rise. Because it's a positive 3, what direction do I want to rise for this? I want to rise up. So next to that 3, I want you to draw a little up arrow that's going to tell you what directions you're going to go. Right? If you're driving to a new restaurant, you're going to put that place in Apple Maps so it gives you the directions. You're not just going to guess where to drive, where to turn, what direction to go. I need to know I'm going 3 miles straight, and then I'm going to go 4 miles in what direction for the bottom number?
4.
4.
Yeah.
What direction am I always going to run? To the right. To the right. So this is my Apple Maps right here. I'm going 3 miles up, and I'm going 4 miles to the right. All right? But again, when I'm going to a new location, I put it in maps on my phone, I have a starting point. That's how the maps know where I'm supposed to be going, because my phone knows where I'm starting, right? Where is my starting point for this line going to be? Starting point, or I guess I could call it the beginning point. Where's my beginning point? At 2, we already made it. So this is my house. This is where I'm starting my drive to Taco Bell or whatever. I'm starting right here. I'm going to go 3 spaces up and then 4 spaces to the right. Okay? 3 spaces up, 4 spaces to the right. Step 6 says that's where I'm going to draw my second point. Again, I went 3 spaces up, 4 spaces to the right. I'm not plugging in any x values. I'm not multiplying and adding. I'm not doing all that nonsense we've been doing the last 2 days. I'm making my life a lot easier with this process. Now, 2 points is enough for me to draw a line. I could connect those up, make my line, do my arrows, and be done. But step 7 says we're going to reverse both directions to plot on the left side. This can be a little confusing. So, I'm going to go back to my beginning point, right? Now, instead of going 3 spaces up, if I'm reversing directions, I'm going to go 3 spaces where? Down. 1, 2, 3. And instead of going 4 spaces to the right, if I reverse directions there, what direction am I going to be going?
Left.
To the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to make my third dot right there. Now we got to make sure to check if I did this right. That point should be directly in line with my other 2 points. Is it directly in line with those other 2 points? Absolutely. Now, can I go another 3 down and another 4 to the right? No, because I'm going to be off the graph, and I don't want that. I always want to keep my points on the graph. So, with my ruler, I'm going to line all 3 of those points up. I'm going to draw a line all the way through my graph with my arrows outside of the grid. And I'm done. So some things about this that really, or yesterday's lesson and the day before, that confused students are plugging the numbers in, right? Making sure I'm doing all that math right, and then plotting my points can also be a little bit tricky sometimes. This process eliminates both of those things. I'm not plugging anything in. I'm not plotting any points necessarily, right? I'm plotting my B value, but that's just whatever number's on that line. Quick show of thumbs, how do we feel about those steps? Thumbs up seems easy enough. Thumbs sideways, still a little confusing maybe. Okay, kind of going in between. Well, let's see some more examples. The more we see of it, the more we do of it, the more sense it's going to make. Once you get that glued in, do me a favor with your yellow highlighter. Go ahead and hit all 3 of those y-axes just so I don't forget. I know where I'm making my first point. I don't even have to worry about it if I get it done right away.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Who can tell me what step 1 says on the previous page? What does step 1 tell me to do? Plot B? Ooh, that's step 3. What is step 1?
Identify M, slope.
Identify M, the slope, and B, the y-intercept. Thank you, Amari. What's my slope in example B? 2. I know that's a lot of people do that. Slope is just the number. Now, is that number a fraction? No. How can I turn 2 into a fraction? Put a 1 under it. Very nice. What's my B value here?
Negative 3.
-3. Good. -3. All right, there's my step 1 and my step 2. Now step 3 says we're going to begin by plotting our B on that yellow line. Where is -3 on this yellow line? Is it above the origin or below the origin?
Below.
Below. Good. Thank you guys for saying that. Below. -3 is my first dot, my beginning point. Now I know where to start my journey. Okay, I've got my starting point, but now I need my directions and my distances. So I go back to my slope. My slope is always rise over run. If my rise is 2, what direction should I be rising? Up. And what direction am I always going to run?
Right.
To the right. So I'm doing my little arrows there next to the 2 and the 1. From my beginning point, if you had your thumb sideways or thumb down, just take a look at what I'm doing here. From my beginning point, I'm going to go up 2, over 1, make a dot. Up 2, over 1, make another dot. Up 2, over 1, make another dot. Up 2, over 1, make another dot. And I'm going to stop there because I hit the top of my graph. I can't go any further. That looks like a nice straight line to me. Look how simple that was. Okay. Step 7 says I'm going to reverse. So instead of going 2 up, I'm going to go 2 down. And instead of going 1 to the right, I'm going to go 1 to the left. So from my beginning point, back to the beginning I go. Back to the beginning I go. I'm going to go down 2 and left 1 and make my last dot. I'm again going to check to make sure that that dot's in line with all my other dots, which it is. Then I can use my ruler to make my nice straight line through all of those points. All the way through with arrows on the end to signify that this line goes on forever in both directions. And there's my line. If you're using a pen right now, I'd suggest switching to a pencil if you can, because I want you to try examples C and D on your own or with, someone next to you or the people in your group. Let's take 4 minutes, see if we can get through those by ourselves, and then we'll take a look and make sure everything looks right, okay? I want to see if you can replicate this process on your own. Go for it. Good start. That is it. Slopes. What does that tell me? I gotta rise down. See how the line came up with? Just go uphill. If I have slope. That changes what direction I am rising. Good. 1 down, 3 to the right. 1 down. Make your beginning point? Where's my beginning point? Okay. You went up and right.
So 3 to the right. So I was.
Yeah, 3 to the right. Yeah. There you go. Where's your beginning point? At 0? Yep. And then we go down 1. And then what direction to the right? To the left. I think we always run to the right. So from this ridge, just the top of it, we always run to the left. That's why I said to highlight always run to the right, so that we don't run to the left.
Down 1.
So make your first point at 0, the origin. So that's my B. Nice. And next to this, I'm going to do a down arrow and a right. Just so I don't forget. Down arrow, right. Perfect. Now from here, count 1 down, to the right. Boom, boom, perfect. And then keep going, down 1 more, to the right. And down, to the right, boom. Exactly. Yep. And then we'll go back here and we'll reverse it. We'll go 1 up, 3 left. Continue that line, go 1 left, 1 up, 3 left, boom, shot, 3 left. 1 more. It's 2. See what I mean? So it's just a pattern that we're doing over and over.
Where is my other line?
Yeah, -1 over 1. I'll be right there, Bill. Yes, sir. And then to the right. Don't go to the left. Always run to the right. But we are going to start by going down. So if it's negative, this should be a down arrow. So it's going down.
You just check mine.
You went up.
Right? No.
See how this line is going? See how it's going uphill? So check this out. My rise tells me if I'm going up or down, but I'm always running where? To the right. To the right. So this left arrow should never be. Because if I go down and left, those cancel, and I might as well just be going up and right. You know what I mean? Yeah. Good job, Vanessa. One second. Perfect. Good job. Perfect. Good job. Good job. This one we're going uphill. So the rise tells me if I'm going up or down, but I always run to the right. So I'm going down, that arrow should always be to the right. Because down and left is just the arrow. So you went
up.
down and left.
I went up and to the.
I mean, you go up eventually.
You always run to the right. 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 Good job.
So the first one is down.
No, that looks good. And we'll just reverse it the other way. So yeah, you did the same thing Caleb did. You went up. If it's negative, it's got to be down. But we should still always run to the right. Good job. All right. I see the same mistake, so let's take a look. So I'm going to go back to my steps, right? I guess we should have talked about the negative slope one first, but that's my bad. The negative or positive slope only affects what direction I'm rising. That's why I had you highlight this. It says always run to the right. Always run to the right, like Super Mario. I cannot go to the left until I get to the, step 7, obviously. What's my slope here in example C?
-1 over 3.
-1 over 3. I'm going to put the negative sign in my numerator because that tells me I'm going to be rising down. But I am always running to the right. Okay? My denominator is always going to be positive in this case. Because if I go down and left, two negatives make a positive. Well, now my line has a positive slope, and I don't want that. What's my b value here? I don't see anything.
0.
My b value is 0. So where am I going to make my beginning point? At the origin. That's right. From there, I'm going to go down 1, but I'm still running to the right. I can already see this is going to make a downhill line. That tells me I did it right. If I went down and left, well, that's going to make an uphill line. That's not what I want to see. Okay, you got it. Yep. Down 1, right 3 again. Then I'll reverse directions. I'll go up 1, left 3, up 1, left 3. And I should get a line that looks like this. Again, going downhill from left to right. Boom. There's my line. Okay, so I saw a lot of you get the slope right, like it was slanting at the right angle, just in the wrong direction. Because we did that double negative move. Always, even if you made that mistake, I want you to write again. Always run right. So that when you're going through your notes during the test, you don't forget that. Because you're like, oh, I remember when I made that mistake during the notes. Now I know not to do it again. All right. What's my slope in example D? I don't really see anything. I kind of see something, not really. Vanessa, what is it? -1. What can I put under -1 to make it a fraction? Another 1. And what's my B?
4.
+4. Good. 4. That's my beginning point. I'm going to zoom in. So on my y-axis, I'm going to find +4 and make my first dot. If my numerator is -1, am I rising up or down? I'm rising down. If my denominator is +1, or if it's really anything, what direction am I running?
Right.
To the right. Always run to the right. From my beginning point, I'll go down 1, right 1, and make a dot. Down 1, right 1, make a dot. And I'll keep that pattern going as far as I can, just about there. Does your line kind of look like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll reverse it, back to the beginning, up 1, left 1, 2 times, just to finish it off. And now I've got a bunch of points that, when connected together, make a nice straight line. Does this seem easier or harder than what we were doing the last 2 days? Easier? Perfect. That's what I want to hear. All right? Don't forget this process. Don't forget this process. This is extremely important, and it's really the easiest way that we can do this.